Another large and smelly sight along the Oregon coast for the third time in a week. A dead whale has washed up along the shore of the North Oregon coast. Fox 12's Paulina Aguilar has been following the story for us, and has the details.
Yeah, this is the third whale in over a week and the fourth whale overall that's washed up on the Oregon coast. Now, this one was found at Crescent Beach in a secluded area at Ecola State Park. While performing a necropsy on the calf found last week, Seaside Aquarium says the Coast Guard reported a third whale floating about a mile offshore. That whale washed ashore Saturday afternoon on Crescent Beach. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration say the whale is an adult female and had been floating in the water for quite some time. The Seaside Aquarium says it's too decomposed to perform a necropsy, but they did notice a shark bite they say happened after the whale had died. A necropsy on the calf found last week reports it died soon after birth. At the moment, experts say gray whales are migrating south to Mexico, and females often give birth and nurse them along the way.
Finding a calf like this, although it's unfortunate that it died, may tell us something about what's affecting the survival of calves out there, and that could help us understand what's happening to the gray whale population as a whole.
Just days earlier, a sperm whale also washed ashore, also at Fort Stevens State Park. Scientists say that the adult male was struck by a ship and died. And 2 weeks ago, another gray whale was found in Winchester Bay in Douglas County, most likely killed by killer whales. The stranded whales have certainly attracted attention, but Seaside Aquarium says the deaths of the whales are purely coincidence.
It's probably wind and tides. Of course, we've had these big storms on the West Coast the last several weeks, so that may be, that may be washing things ashore that otherwise would not have.
They did say there's been an unusual decline in the gray whale population. NOAA has reported over 300 stranded gray whales along the West Coast since 2019. That has prompted scientists to start an investigation.
The general thinking is that they, at least some of them, have not been getting enough to eat up in the Arctic where they feed in the course of the summer. And so they are, some of them essentially are just kind of running out of energy because they're not putting on enough weight and energy stores to last them through the coming year.
The question is now, what happens to these whales? State parks tell me that they're going to let them be and decompose on their own because they provide nutrients for seabirds and other wildlife. They'll let nature take its course. Reporting from the Mobile Newsroom, Paulina Aguilar, Fox 12 Oregon.